We have now reached the moment in this ceremony when we honor an extraordinary individual whose life's work has advanced the cause of education while upholding TC's core mission to foster excellence and equity in the fields we serve. This year, we honor 4 preeminent scholars and practitioners: Dr. Thomas Frieden, Christy Gutierrez, Susan Fisk, and Sandra Jackson Dumont. I am pleased to welcome TC Professor Sonali Rajan, joined by Provost Tom James, to introduce Tom Frieden. Thank you.
Good morning. Congratulations, graduates. It is my deep pleasure to invite our medalist, Dr. Tom Frieden, to join us at the podium. Dr. Tom Frieden, last year, when Time magazine named you one of the 100 most influential people in the nation, former Mayor Michael Bloomberg, whom you served as New York City's health commissioner between 2002 and 2009, described you as unafraid of big ideas, powerful interest groups, or impossible challenges. He also called you the most influential leader in American public health since C. Everett Koop. Indeed, your argument at the height of the Ebola outbreak stands as a guiding principle for all working in public health today. When a wildfire breaks out, we don't fence it off. We go in to extinguish it before one of the random sparks sets off another outbreak somewhere else. You have steadfastly practiced what you preach, marching headfirst into the most daunting public health crises of our era. In the early 1990s, you helped to reduce cases of multi-drug resistant tuberculosis in New York City by 80%. You then assisted India with an effort that prevented more than 1.4 million TB deaths. As health commissioner in New York, you helped to cut teenage smoking in half, made the city the first in the nation to remove trans fats from restaurant menus, and established a national model for electronic health record keeping. You have been a transformational director of the Centers for Disease Control. You led the nation's successful response to the 2009 H1N1 influenza virus pandemic and launched the first ever national paid anti-tobacco media campaign, which is projected to help more than 100,000 smokers quit. You created a monthly publication that provides guidance for the public health community and clinical health providers. You steered a calm, rational course in responding to the Ebola crisis, lending expertise and aid abroad while calmly deflecting criticism from an oft-panicked public at home. And you have led the way, keeping Americans well-informed about the Zika virus while calling for common-sense measures such as increased funding for surveillance and access for women to voluntary contraception.
Dr. Tom Frieden, for consistently demonstrating forthright, cool-headed, and courageous leadership in the face of crisis, for helping to save lives and thus secure a healthier future for our nation and the world, and for being a true public health hero and visionary. We proudly present you with the Teachers College Medal for Distinguished Service.
Thank you very much, and congratulations to the graduates, and most of all, to your families. Service is an important concept. Muhammad Ali said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." Service is also a route to a meaningful life. I believe that Teddy Roosevelt had it exactly right when he said that far and away the greatest reward that life has to offer is hard work at work worth doing. Now, I think back to the first time I worked in global health. I was helping out a small country at the beginning of the computer age. They had all of their data on one computer. This was before the cloud, before flash drives. This was when floppy disks were actually floppy. They flopped, and many of them came unformatted. To format a disk, you put it in the disk drive and you typed format space colon \A. If you typed format space colon return and forgot to type the A, you formatted the hard drive and lost all of the information on it. And that's precisely what I did. I desperately tried to recover some of that information. I still don't know how much of it got recovered, but I'm reminded that indeed the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So how do you make sure that the work you do is worth doing? How do you make sure that it actually has impact? Two key lessons: luck and readiness. Now, plagiarism, as you know, is the highest form of flattery, not acceptable in academic work, but okay for speeches like this. Michael Lewis, author of Liar's Poker and Moneyball, has said, "People don't like to hear success explained away as luck. They feel their success was somehow inevitable. They don't want to acknowledge the role played by accident in their lives." He continues, "Don't be deceived by life's outcomes. Life's outcomes, while not entirely random, have a huge amount of luck baked into them. Above all, recognize that if you have had success, you've also had luck, and with luck comes obligation. There are far too many people who were born on third base and think they hit a triple." So the other key lesson, I believe, is about readiness. Now, I have been truly lucky in my career. I was lucky that the College of Physicians and Surgeons at Columbia University took a chance on a philosophy major from a small Midwestern college and admitted me. I happened to be in the right place and the right time when we were able to rapidly reverse the largest outbreak of multi-drug resistant tuberculosis the US has ever seen. I happened to go to India when the World Bank was funding a major tuberculosis control effort, and an incorruptible, energetic man from India was put in place as the program director and my counterpart for the next 5 years. I was fortunate to serve as the first health commissioner in history to work for a mayor who had a public health school named after him and enabled many initiatives that would not otherwise have been possible. And I've been very fortunate as CDC director to have a wonderful staff in the US and around the world who are able to find, stop, and prevent health threats and show the world how important it is that we strengthen public health systems, not just in communities throughout the US, but throughout the world as well. But readiness is also essential. Louis Pasteur was right that chance favors the prepared mind, but I think many of us have found that the harder we work, the more luck we have. To be ready means to have in yourself, at the moment when an opportunity arises, the ability, the humility, the focus to take advantage of an opportunity, the passion to keep on learning so that you identify that opportunity when it arises. That means honing yourself, being a lifelong learner, enhancing your skills, rethinking your outlook, using your experiences and your accruing wisdom as the best means you have for service. Service to the children who are ready to learn and whose lives you can change. Service to the educators ready to take education, the strongest force for social mobility, to the next level. Ready to meet the world where it is today, not where we wish it would be, so that we can move it closer to where it should be. Ready for the opportunities to change policy, because changing policy is the rapid road to real progress. And changing policy involves a combination of technical rigor, operational excellence, and political savvy. Every community, every country, every family, every school, every individual can make progress. But what that progress is must be imagined. It must be seen. The chance opportunities to advance must be taken advantage of. And to do that, each of you has an opportunity and a responsibility to use what you've learned in your education, to identify the opportunities for progress, and to be prepared at each moment to use what you know to advance service. Albert Schweitzer said, "I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I do know, the only ones among you who will be truly happy are those who have sought and found how to serve." Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2016.